Paul Doswell, a few days now before the players come back for pre-season training. It's all feeling very real now. The season's ever so closer.
Yeah, enthusiasm for football's returned. I think everyone is really looking forward to it. I WhatsApp the players, group WhatsApp now, and said that pre-season obviously starts Thursday. Look forward to seeing you. And I think the players themselves are looking to get back. It's a strange thing. I think you have 2 or 3 weeks off as footballers, and then you sort of start itching because you want to get back into the dressing room and back into that environment. So, yeah, I think the lads are looking forward to the start of training on Thursday.
And of course, that first training session, there's always that real eagerness, that real enthusiasm, because, like I say, then 6-8 weeks away, there's a little bit of rush, there's a little bit of cobwebs, but also all this pre-season stuff and players keeping fit. There's also going to be a high level of intensity as well.
Yeah, I mean, things have changed since I played, and probably a lot of the other people that are watching this played. Players keep themselves a lot fitter now during the off-season break. In our day, you used to have 8 weeks off. That's now come down to nearly 4 weeks, and we've only got 5 weeks from the start of the season come this coming Saturday. So players tend to keep themselves in much better shape, and obviously we would expect that as well for them to come back almost fit and raring to go.
Off the field, we've sold over 400 season tickets so far, which, considering we were a club that were relegated last season, that's a fantastic total.
Brilliant. I mean, the support since I've been here has been phenomenal. We're very much coming here on the base of being very optimistic about everything on and off the pitch, and all drawing ourselves together and pulling in together. We will work as hard as we can to give the supporters of this club a successful season. And I'm really looking forward to it. As we've alluded to before, I think it's going to be a really good league this year. But there is one aim, and we're happy to say it. The one aim is that we do play in the National League next season, and we're going to be working our socks off to try and achieve that.
Do you think the fact that the Hawks have had that taste of National League football, and perhaps they didn't get out of it what perhaps maybe they deserved at the end of the season, is that almost extra motivation for everyone in and around the club to get back at the first attempt?
Yeah, I think there's very fine lines in the National League, and I think one more win or 2 more wins would have seen the team safe last year. So they certainly weren't a million miles away. I think it's a different. Having said that, it's different this year because we changed the training schedule. Therefore, the players in the main couldn't stay for that reason. So we start with pretty much a new group. I mean, Wes Fogden, Bradley, Alfie, and Marley are the 4 sort of survivors, if you like, from last year's relegation season. But certainly Alfie had a season to be proud of. Scoring 15 league goals is a good achievement. I know Marley had a very good season for Hartley Whitney. I think he's made their player, their players player of the year as well. Bradley's coming back from an injury and he's raring to go. I think Wes Fogden is going to love the new setup, and I think Wes will thoroughly buy into to what we're doing. And part of that is that Wes is actually going to be helping on the fitness and conditioning side. So Wes has got a role to play now with the rest of the players. As has Dean Beckwith, the two ones that we're taking the lads into the gym to do this new word. It's prehab, the new word that's called prehab. But it's actually quite important, and as I said, Wes can't wait to get going, and I know Dean Beckwith's really keen to be part of helping me with that as well.
What do you think the immediate differences did you find between training midweeks, Tuesday, Thursday nights traditionally, and to the new regime which we're going to be adopting this season?
I did it 5 years ago now, I think, and so I had 5 years of basically working in the evenings, and then we changed it to 3 mornings, and it's zero comparison. The ability to come in fresh in the morning, having not had to do a day's work, to get your ideas across, to have more time with the players, but also the players come in a lot more enthused. It's hard when you've done a day's work to come, and it's very, very hard for the manager to prepare the team well in what is now a more and more professional and competitive league. So it can't be argued that this is the right way forward for the football club if it wants to keep progressing. And like I said, the aim whilst we're here is to get back into the National League and then hopefully be here a bit longer and turn us into a National League club that can hold its own, which in itself is not easy.
You speak about the competitive element on the National League South. A lot more clubs are going either full-time or working on a hybrid model, training more in the morning. So it's almost to a certain extent, to keep up with those sides, you've almost got to go that way yourself.
Yeah, I think there's at least 5 other teams. I think Dulwich are now training hybrid. I mean, we're a hybrid, if you like, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Billericay are actually full-time. They train 4 times a week, and you'll very quickly get left behind if you're not careful, and it just makes it harder and harder for the clubs that are trying to to play in this league on a Tuesday and Thursday basis. Certainly, if you go into the National League, every club's doing it, bar one. So, that one team got relegated last year, Braintree. So I think it's very, very important, that you do adopt that model. Interestingly, note that Woking aren't doing it. I think they're going Tuesday, Thursdays into the National League. It'll be interesting to see how they fare, because I think it's a difficult ask.
And finally, the pre-season schedule is only a couple of weeks away now, that first friendly against Alresford. How much are you looking forward to getting on that turf finally?
Yeah, I think the excitement really is for this coming Thursday. I think just to see all the players again and start to really, get the boys together. That's been exciting. Obviously, you got all given a new training kit today by Richie Pope, which I've got to say is very, very nice. You'll Sport look a very, very good kit supplier. I've seen the kit as well, the white kit and the away kit. I'm not allowed to say anything about the away kit, but it's it's stunning.
It's all the secrecy.
All the secrecies. I'm not good at secrets either. But no, both the kits look absolutely stunning. I think that the training and leisure wear that All Sport have given us again is fantastic, and I'm sure the supporters will, be buying it on the club shop. But the other thing is, obviously, we have got, we haven't been able to announce the last 3 or 4 signings that are coming. I've known who they've been for a while, but ultimately, come July the 1st, we'll be able to announce 3 signings, maybe 4 on that day, and that's our squad complete. 17 players. We've been very, very happy with the business that we've been able to do, and that's a real nice mixture. I think there's 6 20-year-olds in the squad. I think there's 3 or 4 that are in their mid-20s, and there's about 6 or 7 that are in their sort of early 30s, mid-30s. So we've got a nice range. I did the running groups this week, ready for the running on Thursday, and it's quite interesting seeing how those groups pan out into age groups. We've also got 2 of the academy boys coming in as well. Marvin Poe's coming in, who's done very well for the academy team at South Down College, and also Ollie's coming in, the goalkeeper. So again, just that first little bit of the first 2 academy boys training with the first team, I think is really important. We've got 2 young trialists coming in Joe Cook, who played for Winchester City last year. He'd previously been at Bournemouth and Sheffield Wednesday. We've got Ollie Dennett coming in to trial. He played for Eastleigh last year in the National League. So we've got a really nice mix of, I think Marvin's only 17, Ollie's only 17, Ollie's 21, Joe Cook's 19, and then you've got the others, Jonah Younger 20, Alfie Rutherford 20, Tarbuck's still only 21, Benny Reid 21. So we've got a nice mix. Marley Ridge 19, 20. So we've got a real nice mix. I think Rory's 28, and the other lad, one of the other ones I'm bringing in is 25. So you've got a nice mix of ages there, and mixed in amongst some real good experience as well, which we're going to need this year. As I said, in what's going to be an exciting league, I think.
And how important is it for the academy lads to give them the opportunity and say, if you work hard enough and you're good enough, you're going to get the opportunities in the end?
Well, one of the things that I've done since I've been here is I've sort of spoken to Miles Rutherford, talked to and obviously talked to Michael Birmingham. I'm going to make lots of phone calls and make good associations with the local managers, Moneyfields, to be aware of where the best players are locally as well, because ultimately, I've been known for giving younger players a chance. I think the first port of call is, we've got that bulk of 7 or 8 experienced players, but they need legs and energy and enthusiasm also around them. And it's true, the younger players do keep you on your toes, and they keep that lovely smile on you. So for me, it's really important that we feed 1 or 2 in. I've said to Tony Stairs, who runs the other academy, and Sam Gaines, who runs the South Down College, that if they're good enough, that's the first port of call, they come in and train with us. And then if they're good enough to stay with us after that, then all of a sudden, if an opportunity pops up, don't be frightened to give them a go.
Paul, thank you very much, and we will see you at pre-season training on Thursday.
Looking forward to it, Henry.